Have you ever wondered how one of the world's most famous boxers ended up in prison for rape? Today, we're diving into the case that shocked the sports world in the early 90s, Mike Tyson's conviction for rape. We'll explore what happened, how the trial unfolded, and the impact it had on Tyson's life and career. I've spent countless hours researching court documents, news articles, and interviews to bring you the most detailed account of this case. Stick around till the end for some exclusive insights and expert commentary. Before we delve into the case, let's look at how Mike Tyson became a household name. Michael Gerard Tyson, born on June 30, 1966, is an American professional boxer who competed from 1985 to 2005 and is scheduled to compete once again in 2024. Known early in his career as Iron Mike and Kid Dynamite, Tyson later earned the title the baddest man on the planet. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. Tyson reigned as the undisputed world heavyweight champion from 1987 to 1990, winning his first 19 professional fights by knockout, 12 of them in the first round. At just 20 years old, Tyson became the youngest boxer ever to win a heavyweight title. He was the first to simultaneously hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles, and the only heavyweight to unify them in succession. In 1988, Tyson became the lineal champion by knocking out Michael Spinks in a mere 91 seconds of the first round. However, in 1990, Tyson faced one of the biggest upsets in boxing history when he was knocked out by underdog Buster Douglas. This meteoric rise set the stage for a dramatic fall, which began with the events of July 1991. How did a night at the Black Expo lead to Mike Tyson facing rape charges? At the age of 25, Mike Tyson was already a global boxing sensation, known for his ferocity in the ring and his troubled personal life. On July 18, 1991, Tyson attended the Black Expo in Indianapolis, a significant cultural event featuring the Miss Black America pageant. Among the contestants was Desiree Washington, the 18-year-old Miss Rhode Island. The night took a dark turn when Tyson invited Washington to his hotel room at around 2 a.m. on July 19th, under the pretense of attending a party together. According to Washington's testimony, she received a phone call from Tyson at 1:36 a.m., and believing herself to be en route to a party, she joined Tyson in his limousine. As soon as she entered the car, Tyson grabbed her, causing her to jump back in surprise. Despite this unsettling start, Washington continued to Tyson's hotel room at the Canterbury Hotel. Inside the room, Washington claimed that Tyson's behavior became increasingly aggressive. She described how Tyson pinned her down on the bed with one arm while using his free hand to undress her. Throughout the ordeal, Tyson allegedly mocked her resistance, telling her, "Don't fight me, don't fight me." Washington described the rape as excruciating and stated that when she began to cry, Tyson laughed as if it were a game to him. After the assault, Washington ran from the room, her shoes in hand, and encountered Tyson's chauffeur, Virginia Foster, who drove her back to her hotel. 3 days later, on July 22nd, Washington reported the incident to the police, leading to a formal investigation. Her account of the night was partially corroborated by Foster, who testified that Washington appeared to be in a state of shock, describing her as dazed, disoriented, and scared. Additionally, Dr. Thomas Richardson, the emergency room physician who examined Washington more than 24 hours after the incident, confirmed the presence of abrasions consistent with forced or very hard intercourse. Despite Washington's detailed account, the defense team, led by renowned attorney Vincent J. Fuller, aimed to discredit her testimony. They pointed out that Washington had several opportunities to leave the hotel room but chose not to do so. The defense also highlighted reports suggesting that Washington had discussed Tyson's wealth with other pageant contestants, allegedly stating, "He's rich. Did you see what Robin Givens, Tyson's ex-wife, got out of him? Besides, he's dumb." Washington denied making these comments, as well as the claim that she had sung "Money, Money, 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 Money" from the song "For the Love of Money" to a friend afterward. The defense also focused on the events leading up to the incident, questioning Washington's intentions and behavior. They argued that Washington was aware of Tyson's intentions and willingly went to his room. Tyson himself testified, insisting that everything had taken place with Washington's full cooperation and consent. He described the encounter in graphic detail, but maintained that it was consensual. Tyson claimed that Washington had only become upset when he refused to accompany her downstairs after the encounter, telling her, "The limousine is downstairs. If you don't want to use the limousine, you can walk." In the face of these conflicting narratives, the case hinged on the jury's interpretation of the testimonies. Tyson's defense sought to paint Washington as an opportunist, while the prosecution emphasized the disparity in power and physical strength between the 98-pound pageant contestant and the heavyweight champion. The trial's intense media coverage and the high-profile nature of the case added to the pressure on all parties involved, ultimately leading to a highly publicized courtroom battle. This encounter set the stage for a highly publicized trial that captivated the world, revealing the complexities and controversies surrounding the incident. What were the key moments in the courtroom that determined Tyson's fate? On January 27, 1992, the criminal trial began before Judge Patricia Gifford, a former Marion County deputy prosecutor who specialized in prosecuting rape charges. Over 100 news organizations from around the world submitted requests to send reporters to cover the trial. Since the courtroom could seat only 50 spectators, Gifford obtained a special order from the Indiana Supreme Court to allow reporters to view the trial over closed-circuit television. Because of the intense publicity, Gifford sequestered the jury in the Indianapolis Athletic Club. On February 4th, a fire broke out in the athletic club during the night, resulting in the deaths of 2 firefighters and a guest at the club, but all of the jurors were safely escorted from the building. The trial lasted 13 days, including testimony from 16 of the pageant contestants and Tyson himself. After nearly 10 hours of deliberation, the jury returned a verdict of guilty as charged. Tyson was sentenced to serve 6 years in prison, followed by 4 years on probation. He served his time at the Indiana Youth Center, the Plainfield Correctional Center. The trial's outcome had a profound impact on Tyson's life and career. How did Tyson and his defense team respond to the charges? Tyson arrived for court on January 19, 1992, at the City-County building in Indianapolis. During the trial, Tyson testified in his own defense. He described receiving a phone call from Tyson at 1:36 a.m. on the night of the incident. Believing herself to be en route to a party, she joined Tyson in his limousine. Once inside, Tyson grabbed her, and they eventually went to his hotel room. Washington testified that Tyson pinned her down on the bed and raped her despite her protests and attempts to resist. The defense team, led by Vincent J. Fuller, cross-examined Washington, highlighting that she had several opportunities to leave the hotel room but chose not to do so. The defense also questioned the credibility of Washington's statements, pointing out discrepancies and alleged motives for financial gain. Despite these efforts, the prosecution presented corroborating testimony, including that of the limousine driver, Virginia Foster, and Dr. Thomas Richardson, the emergency room physician who examined Washington more than 24 hours after the incident. The defense's strategy was not enough to sway the jury, leading to Tyson's conviction.